Welcome to Sanmoon. Today we are going to look into the Angular part 5. Actually, if you are seeing this video, you just wanted to continue with all the parts like part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4 regarding Angular from the scratch actually. So, in this particular session, I would like to show you what is a method and how we can able to use methods and where and all we can able to use and call the methods so that it will be most useful for the developers. So in this session we are actually wanted to show you how the method can be able to create in a Angular component. Methods actually can be able to create anywhere in the Angular. First we were actually discussing more about the components as we discussed in the previous sessions. So let us see how to create a method. So a method is nothing but a function actually. In JavaScript we can call it as a function, but in TypeScript and various other languages like object-oriented languages, we call the function as a method because the method actually will be able to execute within the object, and using object only can be executed. Like that, there are so many other restrictions and security things will be applied on the function, and that is called a method. Now let us see how to create a method. A method can be created simply like with a name, like for example display name. So currently if you see, the method name directly have been created inside the component class like display name. So inside this display name I can just write a console.log display name method executed. So since you need to understand one thing here, the TypeScript is nothing but JavaScript. That means inside the method you can directly use the JavaScript. You no need to hesitate anything to write. So inside this method you can able to write the JavaScript. That means what? You can able to create your JavaScript variables, and you will use the conditional statements. What are the statements like loop statements? Whatever the statement you want to use, you can write a statement over there, and you can able to create your own method. So what is the syntax here? You can able to observe over there. So method is a simple. Currently, I'm just not going in an elaborate manner, but you need to understand very simply you can able to create a method, and if you create like this, by default it will become a public method, and this can be called anywhere and everywhere in this component and out of the component like HTML and other places. That's what you need to understand. So currently I just created a method, and how to execute this method. So I will be able to just show you how to bind this method to the button actually. Let me go to the component HTML and let me delete everything whatever is there currently, and I create one more button. For that button I have been created a caption called click me. Now I would like to bind this method to the component. So how I can bind it? Using a click event I will bind the method. For that the syntax will be very simple here. We need to use this parenthesis click, which is the event name. You can able to change this event name based on your requirement, like click db click, whatever the the events like on mouse over, on mouse enter, all the events can be able to change here and equal to, and you can able to call the method name. What is the method name? Currently available is display name. So let us bind the method name over here. Now what is the meaning? Whenever you click this button and the display name will be executed. Let us see that. I'm just saving it. You go to the browser. Currently the browser, if you see that localhost :4200, that is the port number currently it is running. Anyway, you can able to verify the port number and everything in the server in the terminal. So in the browser, if you see, one button is up here which is click me, and when I click it, this button will be executed, and it got displayed the message in the console. That's what you need to understand. So generally what's happening, whenever you click the button, this method is executing, and in this method the statement will be console.log. Let me show you where is the console of the browser. For that, what you need to do, you can go to the inspect, where you will see each and every browser will have a developer tools. This is the developer tool, and go to the console tab, and then look for the message. If you see there, display name method is executed, this message will be displayed. When you click that method, every time this message will be displayed. And you need to understand here, if you click in a faster manner, the number will be displayed in the number of times actually. And you need to understand, this is the developer tools, and developer tools are the most helpful tools for the UI developer. All the things can be able to explain in a different session. Here you need to observe that you where this particular console is available, like my component.ts, the 11 is the line number actually, and this is the line number, and you can able to understand that this console.log has been available in the 11th line number, like that. By observing the console, you can have a more information about the components and inside things like that. Okay, so you need to understand method. Actually, method is a reusable thing, reusable code block, where you can able to call this method any number of times, and this is the one of the way we can call the method inside a button based on the event. And also you need to understand one more thing, a method can be called in various uh, ways actually. So if you have a method inside a component, something like one more method. So if you wanted to have a multiple methods, you can create like this, any number of methods in a component, and you can have a message. And this particular message, whenever you call this method, this message will be displayed, right? So now let us save it, and we can call this method generally in the button, like we have a one more button, and we can able to call the method based on the event. That is fine, but whenever you wanted to use the same method within the other method, also possible actually. How we can do that, we can able to use this keyword, and then we can call the method too. So this is how we can able to call the another method in a method which you are already binded. That means display name is already binded to the button, and when you call this display name method, this is actually calling along with their own statements another method. That's how it should be. So like that, we need to understand like how to create a method, and how to call the method within the same component. Okay, so like that, various ways are there for the method, and in the upcoming sessions we will going to focus on multiple ways of calling the methods. And also there are multi-argumented methods, return type based methods. There are so many ways will be there. So I'm stopping the session here. In the upcoming session we will going to focus on different several ways of the method calling. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching the video. If you like this session, please comment and share this video. If you don't want to miss my upcoming videos, please subscribe to the channel.